What if a beloved comic book character became the inspiration for real-life horror? The Deadpool Killer is a chilling case where fantasy bled into reality. A man obsessed with the violent nature of the fictional anti-hero took on the persona of Deadpool and used it to commit unspeakable crimes. His victims weren't just caught off guard by his actions, they were terrorized by someone who believed they could live out the brutal chaos of a comic book in the real world. This isn't just a story of violence, it's a disturbing look into how far someone can fall when they can't tell the difference between fiction and reality. The Deadpool Killer shocked the public, raising deep questions about the impact of media on those who are already vulnerable. Stay with us as we reveal the 10 most disturbing facts about this twisted case. Number 10. Who is the Deadpool Killer? The Deadpool Killer is a criminal who gained infamy for adopting the persona of the fictional character Deadpool while committing a series of brutal crimes. Deeply influenced by the violent and chaotic nature of Deadpool from comics and movies, he began dressing up in a Deadpool costume and acting out his violent fantasies in real life. His obsession led him to believe that he could follow the same rules of unpredictability and violence as the character. This twisted interpretation of Deadpool turned the fictional anti-hero into a justification for his real-world actions, blurring the line between fantasy and reality and causing widespread fear and outrage. Number 9. The real identity of the killer. The true identity of the Deadpool Killer was revealed during his trial as a young man with severe psychological issues who became dangerously fixated on Deadpool. Struggling with profound mental health challenges, he misinterpreted the violent aspects of the character as acceptable behavior. Although his name is often withheld due to the sensitive nature of the case, the trial exposed how he viewed Deadpool not merely as a fictional anti-hero, but as a model to emulate. His mental health problems and obsession with the character led him down a dark path, using Deadpool's chaotic and rule-breaking persona as a justification for his violent crimes. This blend of media influence and mental illness made him a notorious figure. Number 8. Obsession with violence. The Deadpool Killer was not drawn to Deadpool's humor or rebellious nature, but rather to his extreme violence. He was captivated by the character's brutal methods and lack of consequences within the fictional world. This fixation led him to believe that he could mirror these violent behaviors in real life. His actions represented a dangerous overlap of fantasy and reality, where his obsession with Deadpool's violent traits drove him to commit crimes that were both shocking and senseless. Number 7. A distorted sense of reality. One of the most critical aspects of the Deadpool Killer case is his inability to distinguish between fiction and reality. He began to perceive himself as a real-life Deadpool, adopting the character's violent and chaotic traits. This distorted sense of reality led him to justify his brutal actions, believing that they were acceptable because he was acting out a role from the comics. His delusional thinking allowed him to commit crimes without remorse, as he was convinced that he was living out a fictional narrative rather than facing real-world consequences. This blurring of lines between the fictional world and his actual life was central to the severity of his crimes. Number 6. His crimes shocked the public. The Deadpool Killer's crimes were both brutal and senseless, deeply shocking the public. He carried out his attacks while dressed in a Deadpool costume, an unsettling act that left many horrified. His actions were at odds with how most people view Deadpool, as a darkly humorous, fictional character rather than a role model for violence. Fans of Deadpool struggled to understand how someone could take inspiration from a character meant to entertain and turn it into something so destructive. The randomness and cruelty of his actions made the case even more terrifying, demonstrating the dangerous intersection of fantasy and reality when someone becomes fixated on a fictional character in such a violent manner. Number 5. Influence of pop culture on crime. The Deadpool Killer case ignited discussions about the influence of pop culture on individuals with unstable minds. While most fans appreciate characters like Deadpool for their entertainment value, this case highlighted how some people might be negatively affected by fictional stories, especially if they are already vulnerable due to mental health issues. The case serves as a cautionary tale about the potential dangers of media influence and the need for awareness regarding how media can impact those who are struggling with psychological challenges. Number 4. The trial and legal proceedings. During the trial, the Deadpool Killer's obsession with the character was a significant element of his defense. His lawyers argued that his mental health issues, combined with his fixation on Deadpool, drove him to commit the crimes. Expert testimonies from mental health professionals revealed his detachment from reality and played a crucial role in understanding his behavior. The trial highlighted the complex interplay between mental illness and media influence, showing how deeply his obsession with Deadpool affected his actions. Number 3. Public reaction. The public reaction to the Deadpool Killer was one of shock, disbelief, and confusion. Many people found it difficult to grasp how someone could be inspired by a fictional character like Deadpool to commit real-life violence. To most, Deadpool is a humorous and flawed anti-hero, not someone to be emulated in a violent way. Fans of the character felt particularly conflicted, as they saw him as a source of entertainment rather than a role model for harmful behavior. The case raised serious concerns about the impact of media on individuals, especially those with underlying mental health issues, and led many to question the thin line between fiction and reality. Number 2. Lessons learned. The Deadpool Killer case underscores the importance of understanding mental health issues and the role media and pop culture can play in influencing individuals. While most people can differentiate between fiction and reality, this case serves as a stark reminder that some individuals, particularly those with mental health struggles, may not have the same capacity. The case highlights the need for better mental health support and awareness, showing how media consumption can intersect with psychological instability in dangerous ways. It emphasizes the necessity of recognizing and addressing mental health challenges to prevent such tragedies. Number 1. The Deadpool Killer's legacy. The legacy of the Deadpool Killer is profoundly troubling, sparking debates about mental health, media influence, and violence in contemporary society. His case has become a focal point for psychologists and criminologists examining how a person can become dangerously fixated on a fictional character like Deadpool. The case highlighted the risks of media influence on vulnerable individuals, especially those with mental illness. It forced society to confront difficult questions about the balance between entertainment and its potential real-life consequences, demonstrating that some people may struggle to separate fiction from reality, with devastating outcomes. The Deadpool Killer is a chilling reminder that the line between reality and fantasy can blur for those struggling with mental health issues. While most people enjoy characters like Deadpool for their entertainment value, this case shows how a disturbed mind can twist that enjoyment into something far more dangerous. What do you think about this case? How do you believe media and fiction should be handled to prevent such tragedies? Do you think there's a way to better support individuals struggling with mental health issues to avoid such outcomes? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating and complex topics. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next video.